Okay then guys, welcome to another episode of Second Life Electronics. Apologies, this video is slightly late. Unfortunately, we've had a few bits of life getting in the way, but we're here. We've got another video. Today we're actually doing a client repair. The client has attempted to change a battery on a laptop, and the actual battery port has ripped clean off of the motherboard. So we're going to see if we can get that put back on and see if we can get this back working. So let's get over to the workbench. So we're at the workbench now. As we can see, this is the port that's actually come off of the board. It looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 6. Looks like 8 pins, and unfortunately, 6 of these pins here actually have the pad still stuck to them. It should have been on the board. So that is what we're working with today. We're going to see if we can get this board, this connector, sorry, reconnected to this board. So here is the board in question. As we can see, there's quite a bit of damage onto the pads there. I think the first thing we're going to need to do is see if we can expose some of the copper around the area and see what we're working with. This is going to be, we've got those 2 pins. I think those are the ones that are still okay. Yeah. So the ones that are all, so that looks like it might be a ground plane. So hopefully, carefully try and scrape some of that. Let's try and get that back into. Okay, so they're not too bad. Is that also connected to the same thing? Or is that not actually connected to anywhere? This one here doesn't actually look like it's connected to anything. There's no trace on that one. And these two, we've got the traces straight up into here, so we might be okay there. Just carefully try and expose. Get the copper on there. we might actually be okay with this one. It looks quite daunting, but what I've actually got here, put them under the microscope and see a bit better. I've actually got these sticker traces. And what I'm hoping, dig out a pair of tweezers. But I'm hoping we can actually put some new pads down and just join them up. One more pad we've got to try and expose over here. Let's get some exposed copper there. Okay. Let's get our soldering iron on. The first step is going to be seeing if we can take the existing pads off of this port. Whilst that's heating up, I'm going to quickly go and see if I can dig out some tweezers. These might do the job. Okay, I've just got the big one left to go. This is probably going to be the hardest one to try and remove because it's obviously two pins worth. Oh, there we go. So we've now got all of the pads now off of the original pads off of the port. Now is the fun part. This is the part where we now need to try and make new pads to go on this board. So clamp the board down onto my microscope. That's probably the easiest way of trying to deal with this. Now, I have never done this before, so we're not to this degree anyway. So this is definitely going to be a new experience. Right, so trying to get the sticker, work out the sticker peels in the right way, because they seem to be stuck inside another layer. Yeah, there's a secondary layer there that we've got to try and get out. So I've never used these stickers before. I've seen them in a video and I thought I'd try and give them a go. Right, you know what, first off, let's give this in the area a bit of a clean up. Make sure we can see what we're doing properly. So, just going to clean it up with 99.9% pure IPA. And I'm looking at this, I'm thinking it is because it's snapped these bits off as well. There's like looks like maybe some earth points or something. And I'm hoping they're not part of this. Because that would definitely not be good for us. Okay, let's see if any of these bits that we managed to expose, if we can get some solder to stick to them.
And obviously we need solder sticking to these points. No, that does not want to stick. Okay. I think we need to do a little more work down there then. Now, there's actually two little wires there, so I might be able to connect up to these. Might make things a little bit easier there. So, can we get the next race? I'm not doing it. Flux it. Because flux is always your friend. Let's try that again. Alright, so got those two done. And there's nothing on that one. This one we're going to take it up onto this point here. Okay. I think we're definitely making some progress. Let's give that another bit of a clean up. Okay. So there's quite a lot of not only the pad but also the tracks around the pad, leading up to the pads, that are also missing, which is what's making this job quite so interesting to work with. I'm still trying to get these pad stickers dealt with. Ah, there we go. So the idea is to actually stick this and get it into the right position. That's just so small. I'm not sure if these stickers are going to be any good, really. I'm going to get a closer look at that. Yeah. Okay, let's think about this. We've got traces there. To these two. But then this whole trace is missing. I think we're going to need might be able to do some thin wire, maybe. Might have to be the case. Let's see if we've got any better size pad pieces. Okay. I don't really know what to say here, to be honest. The tracks are just so far away now. We can't really. There's nothing there to solder to. There's no board left. I don't know if we're ever realistically going to be able to get that back on. These ears, I'm sure if you're able to see it on there. There's actually these ears here that have also been snapped off of the actual connector itself. So I think what I might do is I might go back to the client and let them know that I do believe there is a way that we can fix it, but I don't think that connector is going to be able to go back on. I think it's too damaged. I think before I do that, I'm going to have a quick bit of research online and see if there's any other way to repair it other than these little stickers, because they're just not doing the trick for us. So we'll quickly do some research and I'll come back to you.
Okay then guys, what I've done is I've done a little bit of research online, and I found one way that people are saying that you can actually get around this particular issue is by using some copper wire. So what I've done is I've just ordered some 0.4mm copper wire. Once that arrives, we're then going to see if we can then solder that onto the exposed traces that we've managed to expose the copper onto, and basically see if we can make new traces and connection points for the socket to go onto. So we're going to wait for that to arrive. Once we manage to get those soldered into place, the next step will be to put some solder mask over the top, which I've got some UV curable solder mask with a UV torch coming. So we'll then be able to coat them over, make sure that they're not going to short out on anything. So join us for part 2 when the parts arrive. See you then.